Alright, Shalom. I'm the brother Tasiyat coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akyam Karsis world, who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening, and may the election be upon your households. Khan shalom. So, today I want to speak again about the 3i Atlas comet, okay? Because there is a lot of news going on about this so-called meteorite, which actually looks like a chariot. But don't forget, man, these people that are ruling this earth right now can also just play games and basically, say all kinds of stuff that is happening in space. Meanwhile, it's not. For example, the moon landing, that was fake. Moon landing was fake, as we all know. Okay, the moon landing never happened. It was just filmed somewhere on planet Earth. Okay, how could the camera already be there rolling when that nigga arrived on the moon? Makes no sense. Okay, Mars landing was also fake. Okay, never happened. All right, so let me see here. They also say that the technology was lost on how to land on the moon and things. It was lost. How you mean to tell me that they went to the moon once and then all of a sudden the technology was lost? Like, come on, man. Do you know how advanced technology is nowadays? Okay, so the lost technology related to moon landings is best known as the missing tapes of the raw, slow scan television footage from the Apollo 11 mission, which were never located after being recorded for backup. Additionally, many of the moon rocks given to other nations are unaccounted for, and while not technology in the traditional sense, their disappearance is a loss of priceless scientific artifacts from the mission. What was lost? The original high-quality slow scan television tapes from the Apollo 11 mission were lost. These were distinct from the broadcast videos that were distributed to the public and are considered the raw data from the moon's surface. Yeah, right. Why they were lost? The tapes were likely reused or misfiled, a common practice at the time for routine telemetry data tapes, according to the BBC. Now they using all types of words, but it comes down to the fact that they so-called lost their technology on how to go to the moon. Okay, so that's why they never went back to the moon. Because if you think about it, they went to the moon. When was it? When did they? When did the first moon landing happen? I believe it was here. It says July 20, 1969. Okay, Neil Armstrong, so-called. So you mean to tell me from that time until now, nobody's ever so-called went to the moon because technology was lost? They're lying to you, man. Okay, they never went to the moon in the first place. Okay, because the Earth is how do you say that? Has like a certain sphere around it that you cannot pass. Okay, because after a while, there's like things floating around the Earth that are keeping everybody inside on this planet Earth. You cannot go outside of a certain orbit around the Earth, so nobody basically can go to the moon. Okay, like the exosphere is where the satellites are, but further than that, you cannot go any further, man. Okay, so the moon landing never happened. Now, another thing also, the fake moon landing, you have Project Bluebeam, which, they can just make a so-called alien invasion seem real. Okay? Project Bluebeam. Okay, unidentified flying objects and Air Force Project Blue Book. So they can just make it seem like there's a so-called alien invasion going on. Meanwhile, they just project this in the air. So they have all these technologies and they can literally just put on camera or in the news whatever they want, because they control the news, they control the narratives. So this might also be something that is not real. Okay, the three-eye atlas, remind you that. But remind you this, the elect will not be deceived. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's fake or not fake. Eventually, the elect will know what is what. Okay, so Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false anointed ones, Mashiachs, okay? Mashiach, which is anointed one. I'm not sure what the plural form of Mashiach is in the Hebrew. I believe Mashiach Yam, but I'm not sure about that. It says, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So if it was possible, they would deceive the elect. Okay? Showing you it's not possible to deceive the elect. Why? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua is with the elect. They cannot deceive the elect. Okay? So if this three-eye atlas is just another scheme, we will know. And if it's real, we will know. So let me see. Let me see wonders here. So they have crazy technology, okay? Revelation 13 and 14. And deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, okay? Miracles that technology, etc., okay? Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Now, this is going a bit into depth concerning Revelation 13 about the beast, okay, about the beast system, which had the wound by a sword and it lived. The Roman Empire that was fallen down came back into power, and that is what you see happening right now. Okay, the Roman Empire all over again. You see it in their infrastructure, etc., etc. Okay, so that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, like verse 12 says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, so the Roman Empire, but this is talking about America right now, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And we are basically, worshiping the Roman Empire by following the system. Okay? Look at the infrastructure, school system. They have Senate meetings like they had back in the days, Anatomy in Latin if you want to study, for example, to become a doctor or a physiotherapist. Okay, planets have Greek names. Every few years there's a new leader, like you can read in 1 Maccabees 8 and 13 and 16. So it's the Roman ways happening all over again, And he doeth great wonders, verse 13, and he doeth great wonders so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Okay, nuclear bombs, like they bombed with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, so those miracles, they're technology. Okay, miracles are their tech, like it says here, military might and crazy weapons, so-called science. Okay, now they're busy with it, making the chip mandatory in the near future. Okay, this is the same chapter that goes into the mark of the beast. Okay, like Revelation 16 and 17 says. But not to go too much off topic, here, knowledge increase. What would happen in the end times? A lot of more knowledge would be here concerning, how to fix things, how to build things. Look at technology, look at AI. Okay, Daniel 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end, which is now. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Okay, knowledge shall be increased. So technology, something like Project Bluebeam is highly advanced. Okay, so these are things that are happening in the end times right now. So with their technology, they can deceive the people, but they will never deceive the elect. Okay, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua will make sure of that. Okay, let's read it again. Matthew 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Mashayahyam, if I'm correct, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So they will never deceive the elect. Okay? Now, concerning Revelation chapter 13, okay, I made also a whole breakdown concerning this chapter. Okay, speaking about basically Esau and his rulership and the Roman Empire, being the deadly wound, when they fell out of their power and they came back into the power, these so-called white people, because they was ruling in the Roman Empire, they came back around the Renaissance, around 1400, and since then until now they are ruling, and that beast, from verse 11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. That is talking about America, okay? And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right? Two horns, two political parties, Republicans, Democrats. But it doesn't matter which side, so-called rules, they still both speak as a dragon. They still have them draconian laws, okay? And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, so the Roman Empire, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Okay, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the bombing, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, their technology, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by his sword, and they live. Okay, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, if you're not down with the system, they eventually will kill you. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, a chip, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Without this chip you cannot sell or buy anything. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So 6, and then you have 3 score, 1 score is 20. So 3 score is 3 times 20 is 60. And then you have 6. So you have 666. Okay? So like I said, I went into this chapter a while ago. You can check it out. So Salakia, if I explained it a bit too quick or if I made some small mistakes, but it was concerning, the miracles, the technology. Okay, so that, like I said, this 3i Atlas might just be another scheme, or it might just be the real deal. We will see what happens. Okay, Yahweh Bashem Yoshai will reveal it eventually. So with that, hope it is edifying. I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem HaKadosh. And I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akim across this world, who are spreading this knowledge in truth and sincerity, and shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening, and may the election be upon your households. Khan shalom.